may be planted. All of the local planners are defined. Our warriors and celebrates the ceremony. Never pray or they conceal it if we told. And I wouldn't be surprised if we choose them. We'll be all the mighty troops, the ones that we need more. Shouldn't be surprised if we choose them. We tremble in the heart. We all the mighty troops, the ones that we need more. And if you call for song of the sea, we'll leave the captain run. With a yoking boat for the wind is free, our anchors a trip and a helm's a leap. Hurrah for the homeward bound.
Yo-ho, hee-ho, hurrah for the homeward bound.
To a land off in the howling breeze may tickle a landsman's taste. But the happiest hour a sailor sees is when he's down at the inland club with his Nancy on his knee. Yo, and his arm around the waist.
Let the captain off we go, as the wind spins us round. With a yo-hee-ho and a row-hee-lo, hurrah for the homeward bound. With a yo-hee-ho and a row-hee-lo,
A wandering minstrel, I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballads, songs, and snatches, am dreamy lullaby, and dreamy lullaby.
And what may be your business with Yum Yum?
I'll tell you. A year ago, I was a member of the Tittypool Town Band. It was my duty to take the cap round for contributions. While discharging this delicate office, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian Coco, a cheap tailor, and I saw that my suit was hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I quitted the town. Judge of my delight when I heard a month ago that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting. I hurried back at once in the hopes of finding Yum Yum at liberty to listen to my protestations.
It is true that Coco was condemned to death for flirting, but he was reprieved at the last moment and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner under the following remarkable circumstances. Our great Mikado, virtuous man, when he to rule our land began, resolved to triumph, and whereby young men might best be steady. So he decreed and would succinct that all who flirted, leered, or winked, unless connubially should forthwith be beheaded, 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 should forthwith be beheaded. Then I expect to all agree that he was right to so decree, and I am right to do what I to know is right as right can be, and do what I to be, and right to know is right as right can be, and know is right as right can be. Decree you'll understand caused great dismay throughout the land, for young and old and shy and bold were equally affected. The youth who winked at him high, or breathed a non-connubial sigh, was thereupon condemned to die. He usually objected, objected, objected. He usually objected. And you look as I expect that he was right to so object, and I I am right, and you are right, and everything is quite correct. And you are right, and we are right, and everything is quite correct. And everything is quite correct. All is we straight let out on bail a convict from the county jail, whose head was next on some pretext would dare it to be blown off, and made him headsman, for we said, next to be decapitated, cannot cut off another's head until he's cut his own off, his own off, his own off, until he's cut his own off. And we are not, I think you'll say, to argue in this kind of way. And I am right, and you are right, and all is right to rule all day. And you are right, and we are right, and all is right to rule all day. And I am right, and we are right, and all is right.
That's the highest rank a citizen can attain.
It is. Our logical Mikado seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a criminal to die and the industrious mechanic who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two officers into one, and every judge is now his own executioner.
But how good of you, when I see you are a nobleman of the highest rank, to condescend to tell all of this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
No, don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to a protoplasmal primordial atomic globule. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born sneering. But I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not unhesitatingly accept all their posts at once?
And the salaries attached to them? You did.
Ah, yes, it is consequently my degrading duty to serve this upstart as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhounds, Groom of the Backstairs, Archbishop of Titipu, and President of MIT, both the Institute and the Corporation. And at a salary, a poobah paid for his services. I, a salaried minion, I do it. It provokes me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
Oh, but I don't stop there. I dine with middle-class persons on reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban parties for a moderate fee. I accept refreshment from whatever hands, however lowly. I also retail state secrets for a very low figure. For example, any further information about Yum Yum would come under the head of a state secret. Another insult, and I think a light one. Young man, this hair likewise go to Yum Yum affair. You must not do, it will not do. I'm sorry for you, you make a great ablutioner. There's a very day from school you come. We'll went away and home would come with a beat drum and a long drum when the Lord my executioner. Crash and the trumpet play and the card and national And this afternoon, her honeymoon with Latin, and then commences solution. And the grassy flag is not its way, and heart of dashing away. She'll toddle away as old of her, with the Lord her executioner.
And the grass will crash, and the drum will ring, and the heart of Esther she'll toddle away as old of her, with the Lord my executioner. And have I journeyed for a month, or nearly, to learn that Yum Yum, whom I love so dearly, this day to Coco is to be united.
The fact appears to be as you've recited. But here he comes, equipped as suits his station. He'll give you any further information.
Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail of my own recognizances, wafted by a favoring gale, as one sometimes is in trances, to a height that who can scale. Save by long and weary dances, surely never had a meal. Under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale, which may rank with his most romances, taken from the county jail, by a set of curious chances, surely never had a meal. So adventurous a tale. If I should ever be called upon to act professionally, I am happy to think that there will be no difficulty in finding plenty of people whose
loss will be a distinct gain for society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground and never would be missed. They never would be missed. There's the pestilential nuisances who write rotten drafts, or people who have flabby hands and irritating laughs, or children who are underweight and bore you with them flat, or persons who in shaking hands shake hands with you like that, and all the persons who on spoiling tension heads insist. They none of them be missed. They none of them be missed.
He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And then none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
There's the sidewalk serenader with the open music case, and a piano organist. I've got them on the list. The people who eat peppermint and puff it in your face. They never would be missed. They never would be missed. Then the idiot who praises with enthusiastic tone all centuries but this, and every country but his own. The lady from the province who dresses like a guy and who doesn't think she dances but would rather like to try. And that singular anomaly, the lady novelist. Oh, I don't think she'd be missed. I'm sure she'd not be missed.
He's got her on the list. He's got her on the list. And I don't think she'll be missed. I'm sure she'll not be missed.
There's the man who stares out windows and thinks life is crude and mean. The existentialist, I've got him on the list. The ones who trilled amen after we sang God Save the Queen. They never would be missed. They never would be missed. The authors who will kill your favorite characters on a log. It really is a shame what Martin did to poor Ned Stark. And Collins did to what's her name. And Rowling, you know who.
Dumbledore!
And if you shout out spoilers, then the list includes you too. It doesn't matter who you put upon the list, for they'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed.
You may put them on the list. You may put them on the list. And they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
It seems that the festivities in connection with my approaching marriage must last a week. I should like to do it handsomely, and I want to consult you as to the amount I ought to spend upon them.
Certainly. In which of my capacities? As First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chamberlain, Attorney General, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Privy Purse, or perhaps as Private Secretary.
Suppose we say as private secretary.
Well, speaking as your private secretary, I should say that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself, do it well.
Exactly, as the city will have to pay for it. That is your advice.
As private secretary, of course, as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am bound to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you said just now, don't stint yourself, do it well.
As private secretary.
And now you say that due economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
I see. Come over here when the Chancellor can't hear us. Now, as my solicitor, how do you advise me to deal with this difficulty?
Oh, as your solicitor, I should have no hesitation in saying, chance it, my boy!
Thank you, I will.
If it were not that as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that the law isn't violated.
I see. Come over here where the Chief Justice can't hear us. Now, as First Lord of the Treasury.
Oh, well, as First Lord of the Treasury, I could propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. If it were not that, as Queen of the Fairy, I should be forced to banish myself to live amongst the frogs at the bottom of that stream. As Paymaster General, I could so cook the account that as Lord High Auditor, I should never discover the fraud. But then, as Archbishop of Titipu, it would be my duty to denounce my own dishonesty and give myself into my own custody as First Commissioner of Police.
That's extremely awkward.
But I don't say all these distinguished persons could not be squared, but it is right to tell you that they would not be sufficiently degraded in their own estimation unless they are insulted with a very considerable bribe.
I see. The matter shall have my careful consideration. But my bride and her sister's approach, and any little compliment on your part, such as an abject grovel in a characteristic Japanese attitude, would be esteemed a favor.
No money, no grovel.
Come the train of little ladies, from scholastic chapels free. Each a little bit afraid is, wondering what the world can be. Is it but a world of trouble, sadly set to song? Is it beauty but a marvel,
be done.
Oh, thank goodness that's over. Oh, but it's never you!
I beg your pardon. Will you present me?
Oh,
One at a time, if you please.
Oh, if you please. This is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the esplanade. Yes, I believe that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, young. Oh, I know I deserve your anger.
Anger? Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little girl, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair, taking little thing altogether. Very glad to hear my opinion backed up by a competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Excuse me, but what is this customer come to try on?
That is a tremendous swell.
Go away, little girls, go away! Come, talk to little girls like yourselves. There's dears.
Allow me to present you, Cuba. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my bride-elect.
What do you want me to do to them? Mind you, I will not kiss them.
No, you shan't kiss them. A little bow. A mere nothing. You needn't mean it, you know.
It goes against the grain. They are not young ladies, they are young persons.
Come, make an effort. There's a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't mean it. How do you do, little girl? Oh, my protoplasma ancestor!
That's very good.
I see nothing to laugh at. It is very hard for me to have to say, how do you do? The young persons. I'm not in this habit of saying how do you do to anyone under the rank of assistant professor.
Don't laugh at him. He can't help it. He's under treatment for it. Never mind them. They don't understand the delicacy of your position.
We understand just how delicate it is, don't we?
I should think we did. How a nobleman of your importance can do it at all is a thing I never can, never shall understand.
So please do not be present, we have building etiquette. So was another and so I wish I will better by and by. But your course must have its flicks of pardon, so pardon. And don't in happy good spring be hard on us, be hard on us. We're inclined to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
But why do you not refuse him?
What good would that do? He's my guardian, and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I would wait until you are of age.
You forget that in Japan, girls do not arrive at years of discretion until they are 50.
True. From 17 to 49 are considered years of indiscretion.
Besides, a wandering minstrel who plays a wind instrument outside tea houses is hardly a fitting husband for a ward of the Lord High Executioner.
But, shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if I should prove that, after all, I am no musician?
There, I was certain of it directly I heard you play.
What if I should prove that I am no other than the son of His Majesty the Mikado?
The son of Mikado? But why is your Highness in disguise? And what has your Highness done? And will your Highness promise never to do it again?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Katisha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She misconstrued my customary affability into expressions of affection and claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father, the Lucius Junius Brutus of Japan, ordered me to marry her at once or perish ignominiously on the scaffold. I fled his court that night, and assuming the disguise of a second trombone, joined the band in which you found me, when I had the happiness of seeing you.
If you please, your Highness had better not come too near. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone, and nobody can see us.
That doesn't make it right. To flirt is capital.
It is capital.
We must obey the law.
Do take the law.
I wish it would, but it won't.
If it were not for that, how happy we might be.
Happy indeed.
If it were not for the law, we should be sitting, side by side, like that.
Instead of being obliged to sit half a mile off. Like that.
We should be gazing into each other's eyes, like that.
Breathing sighs of another for love.
With our arms round each other's waists, like that.
If it wasn't for the law,
If it wasn't for the law,
as it is of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
not for worlds,
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
being engaged to Coco. Were you not to Coco plighted, I would say in tender tone, oh, let us be united, let us be each other's own. I would pledge for frank abstention, worldly sneers are not to us, and to mark my admiration, I would kiss you fondly thus. I would kiss you fondly thus.
Heart is all finished, Coco, and the rest will not quite broke. With this thing that they don't joke, I cannot just get
Topo. So in spite of all temptation, such a thing I not discuss, and on no consideration will I kiss you fondly thus. Will I kiss you fondly thus? Let me make it clear to you, this is what I'll never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this, this is what I'll never, never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this, this is what I'll never do. I'll never do. Oh this, is what I'll never
finally, my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony! Oh! Now then, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing? You have interrupted an apostrophe, sir.
I am the bearer of a letter from His Majesty, the Mikado.
Oh, a letter from the Mikado? What in the world do you have to say to me? This is in Japanese. Here it is at last. I thought it would come sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titipu for a year, and decrees that unless somebody is beheaded within 1 month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished, and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
Oh, but this will involve us all in irretrievable ruin.
Yes, there is no help for it. I shall have to execute somebody at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
Well, it seems unkind to say so, but seeing as you're already under sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
To me? What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Because, in the first place, self-decapitation is an extremely not to say dangerous thing to attempt. And in the second place, it's suicide. And suicide is a capital offense.
That's true, no doubt.
Well, we might reserve that point.
True, it could be argued 6 months hence before a full court.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even if you only succeeded in cutting it half off, that would be something.
Yes, it would be taken as an earnest of your desire to comply with the imperial will.
No! Pardon me, but there I am adamant. As official headsman, my reputation is at stake, and I can't consent to embark on a professional operation unless I see my way to a successful result.
This professional conscientiousness is highly creditable to you, but it places us in a very awkward position.
My good sir, the awkwardness of your position is grace itself compared with that of a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I'm afraid that unless you can obtain a substitute.
A substitute? Oh, certainly. Nothing easier. Kumar, I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
I should be delighted! Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams. Oh, but no! At whatever cost, I must set bounds to my insatiable ambition. I am so proud if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit despair instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified.
My brain it teems with endless schemes, both good and new. But if I get the benefit that I lose, the town will lose. Now every man to aid his plan should plot and plan as best he can.
I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who are cut in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's jolly for you, your courage true, to bid us adieu.
I am so proud if I
heard one day when family that cries, who are cut in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain. This is where jolly for you, your courage true, to bid us adieu.
And so, although I'm ready to go, yet recollect with disrespect if I neglect to thus defend this indirect. So I object.
And so, although I wish to know, and greatly find to brightly shine and take the light of the
town am now required to die within a month, and that by a man whom I have loaded with honors. Is this public gratitude? Is this... Go away, sir! How dare you? Am I never to be permitted to soliloquize?
No, go on. Don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm going to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? Oh, nonsense. What for?
You're going to marry the girl I adore.
Oh, nonsense, sir. I won't permit it. I am a humane man, and if you attempt anything of the kind, I shall order your instant arrest. Come, sir, desist at once, or I summon my guard.
That's absurd. If you make any attempt to raise an alarm, I instantly perform the happy dispatch. With this dagger.
Oh, no, don't do that! This is horrible! Why, you cold-blooded scoundrel! Are you aware that in taking your own life, you are committing a crime which is punishable? Substitute. Is it absolutely certain that you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Will nothing whatever shake your determination?
Nothing.
Threats, entreaties, prayers, all useless.
All. My mind is made up.
Well then, if you really mean what you say, and if you are absolutely resolved to die, and if nothing whatever will shake your determination, don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't. Observe, you'll have a month to live, and you'll live like a fighting cock at my expense. Then, when the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremonial. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There'll be a parade, bands, dead march, bells tolling, all the girls in tears, young, distracted. And then, when it's all over, general rejoicings, and a display of fireworks in the evening. You won't see them, but they'll be there all the same.
Do you really think Yum Yum would be distracted at my death?
I am convinced of it. Bless you. She's the most tender-hearted little creature alive.
I should be sorry to cause her pain, but perhaps if I were to withdraw from Japan and travel around Europe for a couple of years, I might contrive to forget her.
Oh, no, I don't think you could forget Yum Yum so easily. And after all, what is more miserable than a love-blighted life?
True.
My life without Yum Yum, it seems absurd.
And yet there are a great many people in the world who have to endure it.
Poor devils, yes. You're quite right not to be of their number.
I won't be of that number.
Noble fellow!
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. You let me marry Yum Yum, and then in a month, you may behead me.
No, I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very well. If you can draw the line, so can I.
Oh, stop! Listen one moment. Be reasonable. How can I consent to your marrying Yum Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
My good friend, in a month she'll be a widow, and you can marry her then.
That's true, of course. I quite see that. But dear me, my position during the next month will be most unpleasant.
Not half so unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
Dear me! Well, I accept. After all, it's only putting off my wedding for a month. But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, I've educated her to be my wife. She's been taught to regard me as a wise and a good man. Now, I shouldn't like to see her views on that point disturbed.
Trust me. She shall never learn the truth from me.
With aspects stern and gloomy strive, we come to learn how Japanese equivalent of here, here, here.
'Tis Nike-Poo.
Hail Nike-Poo.
I think he'll
Yes, yes, you do.
He yields his life if I'll young surrender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and could not yield her with the red twist for her alone. If I did not adore myself with passion tender still, with passion tenderer still.
Ah, yes, he loves himself with passion tender still.
Take her, not you. She's yours.
The frantic crowd has passed away. Although the night may come too soon.
Then let all we're laughing song and come a joyous laughing song and merry, laughing song and merry, we're laughing song. As in a month you've got to die, who tells us to? 'Twere empty compliment to cry, long life to Niki-Poo. But as you have a month to live as fellow citizen, this toast with 3 times 3 will give long life to you, long life to you, long life to you, till then.
Assist me, all of you.
Why, who is this who's given light on our festivities?
I claim my perjured lover, Nike-Poo.
No need thy deadly work undone.
Come back to die.
Away, away, ill-favored one.
Ah, 'tis Katisha, the maid of whom I told you.
These arms shall us enfold you.
Thank you.
to join me, so despite your scout, the echoes of our best